Oh, it's got a nice colour screen. Put that up a bit. No, still 16. Let's try the old throttle brake test. Hold that down. Count to 15. 2. I'll do. What? 30 miles an hour. Right, let's see if it can actually do it then. 27. 28. 29. This is the Fafrees F20 Pro, and although it might look like your standard step-through, small motor, cruisy foldable e-bike, it is so much more than meets the eye. I'm now in pedal assist 2, 13 miles an hour. It's got a throttle. Obviously you can remove it if you want. When you get it, it's locked down to 15.5 miles per hour. But now, it isn't. We got 19, we got 20, we got 21, we got 22. It's not stopping. It's not meant to be going this fast. 22, do I see 23? I saw a bit of 23 then. Tiny bit of 23. So it looks like this bike, with my weight on it at least, can get 23 miles an hour. Which for a little 250 watt bike is not bad. And I'm pretty sure it is a proper 250 watt bike. It's not like a secret massive motor that they pretend is 250 watts. We shall see though, because if it is, and I know torque and power are different, but on these 250 watt e-bikes with hub drive motors, they always get around the same kind of area on our hill climb test, which is around the factory. And I expect this will get that far, but it is just very nice that if you want to, you have the ability to go a bit faster. And I weigh about over 100 kilograms, so if you're a little bit lighter than me, you're probably going to get about 25 on this. But it's not all about speed, is it? Because this isn't that kind of bike. Step through. It's more of a commuter, pottering around the village, maybe go to work bike. It's obviously foldable if you need it to be. Fold them in, pull the releaser thing, put the stand up, push it in, lands on that nice metal standy thing, and then pull the safety clip, pull the handlebar clip down, and it folds quite compactly. We're on the potholes, and it is a comfortable bike. It's got a sprung saddle, no rear suspension, but it has got front suspension, which you can lock out if you want, which is nice because sometimes you just don't need it, and it seems pretty good. I managed to bottom it out, but only with when you do it on purpose. Could do with a bit more travel, but it's not too bad. The battery is a 36 volt battery, so pretty standard. To get the battery out, little lever at the back, pull that up like that, turn the key so it unlocks, pull out that 36 volt 18 amp hour battery. And there it is. Because it is an exposed battery, the charge port is right there. Flip it around like that and plug it in. And the great thing about these kind of batteries compared to the foldable bikes where the battery's inside, it's just so easy to remove the battery and take it into the office with you where you can get a cheeky charge. 18 amp hours though, which is pretty big for that kind of battery, which gives 648 watt hours, and they say a range of somewhere between 70 and 90 kilometers.
When I was done testing, I'd done about 15 miles and the battery was hovering between 2 and 3 bars out of 5. This does compare favourably to other e-bikes, most of which I'll get about 20 miles on a full charge when I'm going full throttle on the fastest setting. Remember, if you don't unlock the bike and if you use a lower pedal assist, it will massively increase the range.
So let's go, 3, 2, 1, throttle only, pedal assist 3, go. Right, yeah, slow start. 12 miles an hour, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11. Slowing down. We're going to get to the tree. 7 miles an hour, 6, 3 miles an hour, grip box. There we go. So now we're going to pedal. I've already pedaled this without any power, and it pedals really nice. So going up the hill with a bit of power should be all right. So back up to 10 miles an hour with help. I feel all right. Obviously we can use the gears if we want. This is a 7-speed Shimano Tawny, pretty basic. does the job kind of gear set, and they've been adjusted pretty well. There's first gear with my legs spinning round, but you don't need to do that when you've got a motor. So off we go. But as we go on, let's see how it came and what was in the box.
The bike came in a smallish box that was well packed with an extra layer of padding that keeps the structure of said box. There's barely anything to do to put it together, simply slot the handlebars in, put on the pedals, and that's it. One of the easiest bike builds ever. In the box there's pedals, 2 amp charger, a gift box containing manual, feedback, envelope for feedback, declaration of conformity, inner tube, brake pads, dust caps, keyring, multi-tool, and a spare reflector.
Right, now we're on the flat though. This bike is really kind of coming into its own. I'm going pretty quick, so riding it as you're meant to, with your legs going round, and that motor, the battery's not going to like it, but I am. Look at that, I mean I'm like 25 miles an hour now, slightly downhill, but still, it just feels fast, this bike. It's not meant to be. They're never meant to be. I haven't even done the pedal as fast as you can thing to see if we can get to 30. Can we? 27, 28, 29, 30. Do I see 31? 31. Bloody hell. It's not something you want to do all the time though. Just maybe if you're getting chased by criminals, or if you are the criminal. What I will say is, with the wheels being not fat tyres, but they're 3 inches wide and 20 inches in diameter, it is a pretty comfortable ride. Although I have got the tyres pumped up quite hard, but you can always let it down a bit. And that sprung saddle at the back isn't quite as comfortable as it should be. Like I've only been down about 4 miles, and my bum's hurting a bit. And the way the springs are, it feels like the saddle's going to kind of collapse backwards. Maybe that's just me. Also, the screen, although it's very nice and I can see everything, the plus and the minus is counterintuitive, with the plus on the left and the minus on the right. So I keep going down when I want to go up. Now with that extra speed and the general poshness of this bike, it would have been nice to have some hydraulic disc brakes, because it is really nice. Like the paint job on this bike, it looks really good. I think it's called Aurora Blue or something, and there's lots of weird different colours. But with the saddle and the back saddle being that kind of brown faux leather, and the nice handlebar grips with the flared bit that makes it a bit more comfortable, it just gives it a bit of a poshness, a bit of a niceness, with the nice other things like lockable suspension and the extra speed, and it's quite quiet as well. Like some bikes you hear them going, "Argh!" This is a quiet ride. I am pretty impressed. So how much is all this poshness? On the site right now it's 1,049 euros, but they've got some sort of code that's already there right underneath where you buy it, and it says 120 euros off. So that brings it down to 930 euros, or 929. And when you convert that into pounds, it's free delivery, by the way, to the UK. It's like high 700s. And when you think about what this is up against, things like the Hitway, that L20 SE, things like that, I think I prefer this. This is really nice. And I'm going fast again. I'm going 29 miles an hour again. There's barely a hill. It just rolls. If I had money to use songs and pay for the rights, I'd be cut into a montage to roll with it. Right, I think it's time for that brake test though. So let's see how these cable brakes hold up. Let's go about 20. Let's do this tree. We're safe. 20. Ooh, that was weird. No skid. How's that, about 4 meters maybe? 3 to 4 meters. It's fairly instant, but I think maybe they could do a bit of tightening up. Now it is a decently strong bike. It can take 140 kilograms, which is good because you have got that back seat, so you could take someone on there. You can remove the pad at the back, so you can just use it as a normal saddle bag holder thing. And it has got those front and rear mud guards, which were already on the bike, so I didn't have to do that, which is really nice. But the weight is quite low. It's around 24, 25 kilograms. So it is pretty light. I could get it up the stairs. Now this seat was a right bugger to adjust. Oh, so all the way down, go down. Because it doesn't have a suspension saddle or anything like that, you can be quite short on this bike. I'm 5'9", so I reckon if you were 5'3" or 5'4", you'd be fine on this, especially if you're happy to ride it like that. You could probably go even shorter. Maximum. Now this piece of metal, this silver bit, does tend to come up, which is annoying, so you got to kind of force it in.
I think part of the reason my saddle is so hard to adjust is because I tightened the quick release screw a bit too much, which possibly squeezed the seat tube when pushing the lever. It made it really hard to increase the height of the saddle without the metal insert popping out.
It's this metal thing here, it's too high. There you go. Ah, there's where it's meant to be. There we go. Okay, so this is the max height. Ugh. Just about get on. So if you're like 6'5", you'll probably be all right on there. Right, let's lower it a bit. Woohoo! So nice, this bike. It makes you feel happy, this bike does. It's like the better mental health bike. A bit of cruise control kicking in there after you hold it down in the same position for a few seconds. It's weird because it isn't like a super powerful motor that jerks you forward. It gradually gives you the speed, and because it seems so rollable, so smooth, it gets up to that high speed. It just feels like you're on a really fast push bike. I really like it. So you've got to ask yourself, who is this bike for? Well, really it's for anyone who wants an e-bike. But if you need a step through, and many people do need a step through for various reasons, this is definitely up there as a really good buy if you want something that doesn't scream, take that bike off me please, I'm breaking the law, or steal me, we're gonna have a joyride. And this is bloody good, especially for the price as well. You can forgive it because it's under 800 quid for having, you know, not the best gears and cable brakes. You can change those things yourself if you need to. I mean, the brakes are pretty good normally. Like, it felt good then. And if you're going to work, you want to go to work on your bike, this would be great at that. And because it's got the thick tyres, you can go on like a variety of different surfaces. And if it's nice and smooth, you can lock out the suspension. And then when you get there, you can easily remove the battery. You know what? I think of all the kind of 250 watt legally type step through e-bikes, this is my favourite. I really like this. Sometimes I ride a bike and it just makes you smile, and I think part of it is that I wasn't really expecting much. I thought it was going to be just like all the others, but with a nice paint job, and it's really surprised me. So yeah, that was the Fafrees F20 Pro, a lovely step through foldable lightweight e-bike. So well done, Fafrees. If you're interested, we do have a link in the description. I'm not sure if it's affiliate. It'll tell you though if it is, and if you do use it, if it is, it will help the channel a lot, so I would appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video or it helped, then give us a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy that video, well, thanks for still being here, and hit that thumbs down. And until next time, and we got a bit of a beast in our next video, ride safe.